Hello everyone, welcome back to Sew Aldo. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how I made this pillowcase with piping details on the edges. If you want to see how, then keep on watching. These are the measurements. It is 20 by 19 inches. You can use any fabric that you like. It just so happened that I have this fabric that was given to me by a subscriber. To create the corded piping, we have to create the bias tape first. To create the continuous bias tape, you will need a square fabric. So this is 19 by 19 inches. I use a pillowcase that I don't use anymore. This is a great way to reuse them or recycle them. I will fold it against the bias, then cut along the edge so we will have two pieces. Then I will match the straight edge. So this is the grain line. I match it to the other side. Right sides of the fabrics are facing. Then stitch along the edge using 1/4 of an inch seam allowance. After that, I give it a good press, and I also press the seams open to create a 2-inch wide bias tape. So I'm just marking it 2 inches till I reach the top. As you can see here, the top is not enough to have 2 inches, so I'm just going to trim it off. This is when it gets a little tricky, but just trust the process. So you're just going to bring these two together. I will start matching it at the second line. So I am going to kind of offset it by 1/4 of an inch. There will be these pointy edges on each end, and that is okay. So now we're going to stitch it right across here following a 1/4 of an inch seam allowance. I press the seams open. Now it's time to cut along the lines. This is where the magic happens. Now I am going to fold it in half and give it a good press. And voila, we have a bias tape. To create the corded piping tape, you are simply going to sandwich a cord in between the bias tape. And here I am using a zipper foot so I can stitch as close to the cord as possible. Now I have 3 yards of corded piping tape. I trim off half of the seam allowance of the tape because it was just a little too wide for the project that I'm going to use it for. So I start at the center, so this is where the zipper is going to be. So I kind of give it about 2 inches tail, and I'm going to kind of taper it off later on. So I'm just going to stitch it all around. I place the cording on the right side of the fabric. I'm still using that same zipper foot earlier so I can get as close to the cord as much as I can. As I reach the corner, I am going to clip the piping so I can pivot the fabric and it's going to be a little smoother. So as you can see here, it's so much easier to turn. And once I get to the end, I am kind of fading it off or kind of tapering off, as you can see here. Then I will trim off the excess cord. Now it's time to sew the zipper on. The zipper is facing down and I place it on the right side of the fabric. Then I will stitch along the edge. As I get closer to the overlapping cord, I am going to kind of help my fabric here because it is pretty thick. So I'm sewing very slowly. Then I will repeat the same steps to the other side of the pillowcase. So I match the right side of the zipper and right side of the fabric, then stitch along the edge. Make sure that the fabrics are lined up properly, and this is what it should look like. So pretty. It's time to close the pillowcase on the three sides. Be sure that the zipper is open so you can turn it correct side out later on. I also clip the corners. And this is the final product. As you can see, it is super easy. If you decided not to add the piping, this process is going to be a lot faster than I showed you here on the video. If you're thinking about getting some new throw pillows, try this first. Create your own pillowcase so you can customize it to whatever color or theme that you are going for. For this summer, I decided to go with blue and white theme, so this is perfect. If you would like to see more, like this video, and if you could share it, that would really help my channel. And don't forget to subscribe. I would love to have you here. Thanks again for joining me today. Until next time. Bye.